Think you need a perfect credit score to get an FHA loan? Think again. Today, I'm busting 3 major credit score myths about FHA loans that might be stopping you from buying a home. Plus, I'll break down real math so that you can see exactly how your credit score impacts your loan approval and monthly payment. Myth number 1, you need a 700 plus credit score to get an FHA loan. Many people think you need a 700 or higher credit score to qualify for a home loan, but FHA loans are specifically designed for low to moderate credit borrowers. Here's what you actually need. A 580 plus credit score means you're eligible for a 3.5% down payment. A 500 to 579 credit score means you're eligible for a 10% down payment. Now let's go over an example of how your credit score affects your down payment. Let's say you're buying a $250,000 home with a 580 plus credit score, which would be 3.5% down payment. So in dollar amount, this would be $8,750. With a 520 credit score, you would need 10% down, which would be $25,000. Okay, that's a $16,250 difference. And this is just because of your credit score. So if your score is below 580, improving it before applying can definitely save you thousands of dollars. Myth number 2, a low credit score means sky-high interest rates. Most people assume that if your credit score is low, you'll get stuck with an outrageous interest rate. But the truth is, FHA loans often have competitive rates, even for lower credit scores. Because FHA loans are government-backed, lenders are more willing to offer lower rates than you'd get with a conventional loan. So let's say you're applying for a 30-year fixed FHA loan for $300,000, and let's say you have a 740 plus credit score and a 6% interest rate. So the monthly payment would be $1,798. And now let's say you had a 620 credit score, then the interest rate might be 6.8% and the monthly payment would be $1,960. But let's say your credit isn't that good and you have a 580 credit score. This would mean you might get a 7.5% interest rate, which would equal monthly payment of $2,098. So a lower credit score could cost you over $300 per month or more than $100,000 in interest over 30 years. So what's the good news? You can refinance later if your credit improves, lowering your monthly payment. Myth number 3, your credit score is the only thing that matters. Your credit score is important, but it's not the only factor that lenders look for when they're approving you for an FHA loan. Here's what else they consider. Debt to income ratio, or DTI. Your total debts versus your income should be under 45, 50, or even 57% depending on the lender. Since there are some lenders that are more flexible, but they're not normally out on the street, you have to work with a mortgage professional to be able to find those. Employment history, at least 2 years of steady income. Down payment and savings, enough cash for closing costs. Recent late payments. Too many missed payments could hurt your approval. So for example, if the DTI calculation for an FHA loan approval, let's say you earn $5,000 per month before taxes and you have $300 in student loans, $400 in car loans, and $200 in credit card payments, your total debt would be $900. Now, let's add your estimated mortgage payment. Now, your proposed mortgage is $1,600, so your total new debt is $2,500. If we want to calculate the DTI, we simply divide all your current debts by your gross monthly income. So in this case, we would have $2,500 divided by $5,000. And this would give us 50%, which would be your DTI, or debt to income ratio. So in this case, FHA would definitely say that you qualify based on your DTI. So even if your credit score isn't great, strong income and low debts can still get you approved. So now that we busted 3 big credit score myths about FHA loans, you know the truth. You don't need to have a 700 plus credit score to qualify. FHA loans often have competitive interest rates, so they won't necessarily be high. Your credit score is not the only thing that matters. Now, if you're thinking about applying for an FHA loan, click the link below for a free consultation and let's get you pre-approved today. I'll help you out step by step and I'll guide you through what you need to do.